investment for Finatic. So listen, G2 defense, that's a great hold. They dodged the economic issues, they dodged the money problems, at least for the moment. It's still not great, but they still have the double up setup, and this time Jax beats him to the punch, takes some damage from the Molotovs, but he at least forces them back.
I don't know if we'll see it in this half, but this game can change so much if G2 run out of money, because it opens the playbook for Finatic to do so many more things. They can be way more aggressive, they can beat a bunch of timings, and try and see if they could go for this B-bomb side. Once again, it looks like Hunter and Nex are inside of it, and Nex especially, he's been so hard to take down on this bomb side. They don't have a lot of grenades or anything else, and they're just waiting for it right now. Smoke to block them off, and they're going to try and see if they can come through. That's very ambitious. Molotov goes up, and helping him out is Hunter. They didn't check the corner, and a big double spray coming through on the Krieg. He turns 180 to take down Flusher, and I think they wanted to flank and run through C connector on half of that. Didn't work out.
Well, they also tried to beat a timing to have a second player at that inner bomb site. They wanted to get in there before that second one came back, but that's a perfect bait and switch for G2. That player, whoever backed up along that bomb train through the Molotov, that is a brilliant sequence of decision-making for him.
Yeah, Nexa just
pulls him right into his teammates' waiting arms. Kenny S and Amanek still with the AWP, and now with that big of a shutdown, G2, they grow the bank. They have a 5-round lead, and Finatic have nothing. They have to call a timeout and discuss this. Yeah, Nexa and Hunter just do an incredible job at this inner bomb site.
Yeah, that's a team that's apparently very hard to take down. Kenny is loving his life right now, and I can't blame him for it. Up 8-3. That score is, I mean, the lead is good. It's a 5-round lead, but that's not the big deal. It's the fact that they keep the economy. They keep the Krieg there on Hunter. Son of shotgun on JW, all right.
Brolin's bought down to 500. It might have been him accidentally buying a shotgun.
Well, yes.
Otherwise,
make
why
lemonade.
would... Yeah. I was going to say, JW uses the Kraken.
Yeah.
That's the only skin I know of players. Amanek just waiting. Timing shot isn't going to connect. Blood, but no damage.
Strange how that works.
Yeah, it's a unique feature.
So, I mean, there is no reason for G2 to be aggressive or experimental in this round. They can probably guess the economy of Finatic. So wait it out. Just let them show up, or let the time run out if they are willing to do it. Some damage being dished out. The Deagles are a threat. JW proving why. Obviously, the Sornov really not going to do anything at this range, so...
Nexus still holding on to the inner bomb site. His teammate just rotated back. That was Kenny S to throw his smoke, and ooh, Nexus is going to be tested from above. You could see him backing up to isolate himself from anyone coming down lower ramp. There's the first kill. Now he can transfer down, but his teammates are here. Actually, 2 AWPs are here. So JW, there's no access this way.
No, he's not welcome at all. Smoke is going to be fading, but yeah, long range with that Deagle. Not really a fair fight. 9-3 in favor of G2. Again, this is why Train is a little bit of a different map than many of the others in the pool right now. Used to be that we could sort of class nuke in there to some extent, but not so much anymore. Very different experience. Is Train the last map that has this feature? It's not that it always is like this. That's not what I'm trying to claim, but you can get the spiral going.
Yeah, this can slip away from you very quickly. Well, I mean, here's why. If you start looking at the money of guys like Jax, Kenny S, and Amanek, once you start building up money, it's hard enough to get 1 round on the CT side, but if they could just constantly rebuy and refresh every single nade, then that second round is just really hard to get. And the way Fnatic's been playing, I said they, on Dust 2, they weren't playing their best game. I still think that's the case. And I think it's going to be extra tough for them on the T side here on Train to find something. If their individuals aren't on point, like Finatic has to have that kind of individual intuition. It's like the hallmark of Swedish Counterstrike, and if they're not creating enough, then no opportunities open for their teammates either.
Yeah, opportunities is really, I think that's the key word. They just haven't had enough of them right now.
Entries are hard to come by when there's Molotovs and smokes in every choke point. Here's a chance against Jax.
Are they going to go for a double drop? It could. They could be setting up for it. He doesn't have a lot of health, and oh, he turns around. I'm shocked he got the kill anyway. Brolin will take down Hunter. Amanek and Kenny now out in the yard, and Nexa on the flank, 40 seconds. This defense is going to be real close, and now that Kenny's gone down, it might not even be possible. Nexa, the flank is only good if there's any kind of a distraction, and he will get absolutely shut down. Flush up, instantly seen it. And now Amanek, I mean, they have enough money to buy in the next round, but again, saving the AWP would still be nice for them. 4th round Finatic, and I guarantee you this is an important round here.
He could go for a Ninja Anders. He's got a smoke, he's got a kit, and they have no idea he's here. He's been here this whole time, not... Oh, that's a great flick up. And now he has to back away.
I was gonna say, if that was how they lost the round, that would have been too heartbreaking.
That would have been funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're a cruel man, Jason.
Yeah.
They win the round.
9-4.
9-4. That might not seem like a lot, but again, it really all matters right now. And there is a big chance for the Swedes once again here. The money, if you look at it on the G2 side, they're going to be buying a lot in here. If they could get to 5 or 6, I actually think Fnatic are just going to be celebrating going into the second half.
Yeah, 5 would be massive. It's a lot of cash that everyone's eating into. That's a pretty good flick from Amanek, all things considered. And Amanek still has some money to buy in the next round, a final round if needed. Those ops have not left their hands too frequently throughout this half, Kenny S and Amanek. Once they got the double op setup rolling, it's been pretty efficient. A lot of utility. 2 Molotovs towards T mid.
They're out pretty quick in Pop Dog. Crims has been snuck in there. They are setting up for another A-yard crunch at the moment. They could come in at every angle. There's 4 people defending right now. 2 of them at T main. They're going to be pushing aggressively once again. So, I don't know. Hard to break right now if you're a Fnatic when you've lost control of main. At least they're going to have to go back and take a look at it. Jax back here at Pop Dog, so...
He was the one that went into main and then backed out. They threw a deep smoke to act like they still have control of it, and that actually might funnel Fnatic into a stack elsewhere.
Well, last time they did this push is when they had the fight with Amanek, who was up on top of the train.
Yes.
This time he's down low with the AWP instead. Let's see if they can land a flashbang or anything to get rid of him here. 50 seconds, that's the bomb down at Ivy. Smoke, it actually does work out right in front of him, and he can just guess, and he's got it right. Taking down Golden. 40 seconds, they need to move. This has sort of already been found out. Jax is going to go down, not even checking behind him. A gap in the defense, 35 seconds. Kenny being brought in now from CT spawn as Hunter gets a kill on Crimson. Hunter's alone. He's got no backup out here. Brolin and Flusher are looking for him. Amanek trying to cover it, but Hunter got no chance. Amanek, can he do a bit more? The first shot was through the smoke, but now he needs to get that flick, and it's not going to happen. JW sneaking close. No scope. Of course he tries that, but the bomb goes down, and it's a 3-on-3. JW covering 2 people in this lineup. Good kill on 1. He escapes death, tries to get it through the wall, and now Nexa inside of the smoke and C connector in a 1 versus 3. I can't believe that Fnatic managed to force their way into this A-yard. They had to fight every step of the way, and they're going to finish the round right there. Brolin with a nice triple. That's really impressive.
They've only been punished by it twice, but it actually might turn out giving Fnatic 3 rounds. This is looking like G2. These setups that don't have a player dedicated towards Ivy, they need to fix that. When there's a 3-player down Ivy from Fnatic, they've won every time, and it's just because there's no way for anyone from G2 to cover the teammates aggressive towards mid. You have to have someone actually pushed up in mid, pushed up in ladder room, but when they're all out in the open, as soon as that part of the map is compromised, the defense just starts to crumble. It starts to snowball away from you. And listen, this is going to be a bit of conjecture, but we know in this team, obviously multilingual. Jax has been the player that they talk about has had to adjust to that kind of a situation, and he's also the one who wasn't able to kind of contain that defense later on. Amanek able to get the 1 kill, but nothing that Jax can do to turn around for the communication.
Yeah, that's a big deal. He just got shot in the back of the head without any chance to reply.
Especially when it's hectic, especially when there's smokes, especially in a semifinal.
9-5. The money not good on G2 here for the 15th round. They've bought whatever they can. Early attempt there for JW. Sticking around to eat that HE grenade and getting the kill on Jax. And it's all worth it. Again, 5 rounds means Fnatic are competitive. Suddenly the map is back in contention. Looked like G2 could have closed them out.
Here Here we go, almost. I think actually, was he tagged? No, that's Amanek up on top. It was Hunter who lost a little bit of HP. Kenny S holding on to Epox desperately, and Amanek slides into position. He's got another, holding on to this first train, swapping out for the Krieg as well. And it's hectic outside in the yard, but Finatic coming out on top. The 3 final kills get them up to 6. And it was desperate. It was a battle to get that many rounds on the T side.
Really, really well done. They've done it. Now it's a completely open map. Anyone can. We will see what happens when we come back for the second half after the break.
Skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by.
Two of Finatic, and it is pretty much impossible to say which right now. It looked like G2 were about to close the door on Finatic. They had them economically behind. They had a double up setup. They had everything going, but somehow the Swedes found 6 rounds, and that is enough.
It's just like Finatic to just find barely enough to make this doable, just right at the end, the last 3 rounds of the half, to give them just an extra little bit moving forward. Now on defense, Flusha and Crims to defend inside, and Crims could have an easy early spot. What's not so easy would be getting away when they turn this corner. Seen one, and yeah, he bails out. They don't swing wide to take the challenge.
Yeah, but they get spotted kind of. That actually forces a Molotov. I'm almost a little bit surprised. G2 don't have that much to fight with, but they do have a P250 on Nexa and smoke on a flashbang. So once they set it up, it's going to be quick, right? They can't really mess around with these grenades, or this one grenade, really.
Yeah, well, they need to get into... I mean, Finatic need to get a couple kills before they get this bomb planted. Flusha's going to be smoked off. He's going to transition forward, actually, on top of the train, but they need at least one. 5-on-5 retakes at the inner bomb site are so difficult, and they've already lost Crims. katowice picks him off long range with a Glock, and almost another one. Brolin's down to 20 HP.
Really accurate shots coming out now for G2, making life hard on Finatic. How do you actually retake this? They have a smoke and a kit themselves, but that's not a lot of comfort when you can't even get close to the site at the moment. Jax, a little bit spotted out, actually forced back into a fight. I can't believe he's still alive. JW and Golden and Finatic fighting their way back. He hasn't had a chance to reload yet. Jax will find one more kill for the double, and now it's all on Flusha, and he's not going to get a chance either. Hunter will take him down, but Jax actually picked up a double.
I don't know how he lived that long. If he goes down, I think Finatic might be able to make that retake happen. That's now, what, both pistol rounds here on Train going to G2? That's brutal if Finatic cannot respond in this second round. It's going to be very difficult to win Train if you don't get a pistol round. And Jax is just a beast. He's been it all series long. Everyone in G2 in double digits now. Finatic have some real issues in this second half coming up.
He can't believe it either. He looked like he was just as shocked as everyone else.
It's wild seeing the rest of his teammates just get one-tapped just immediately when they peek, and Jax is able to dodge everything.
And he was spotted as the first player. He was forced back into someone waiting for him. You would have thought that would be the immediate shutdown. But not this time. Double scout, CCs. Flusher with a CC in this B bomb site always makes me, you know.
He's got an HE grenade as well.
Yeah, it just makes me nervous. I've seen it too many times. He's got some really grotesque highlights from this bomb site.
Well, this time he holds on to the smoke. In the previous round on the pistol, he dropped that Molotov, as you mentioned, curiously early, and without a whole lot of pressure being applied. 4-round lead for the G2 offense. Those nades don't connect as the whole defense is very far back and passive.
Yeah, it's fine, I think, for G2 to be spending a little bit of time here. 45 seconds is still perfectly doable. If we get close to 30 seconds, I'm going to start to make some different noises, though.
Well, especially considering there's still 4 HE grenades on Finatic. 2 of them outside. I don't think Finatic really has a good read of what's coming, though. At least in that case, G2, yeah, there's not a lot of time left, but they've disguised their attack for as long as possible.
Yeah, they don't know, but one mistake, one little bump in the road, and this could be over. 16 seconds, Broline gets a kill. The bomb is making its way there slowly. Next, they're going to try and put it down, and yeah, they can't stop him. Again, that's great for G2, but what if someone is hiding somewhere on that site or just comes through a smoke? It's so risky. It's a job well done at the end of it. Crims will get a kill with a scout, but they should be able to hold on still. 2-on-3, Jax and Animec. There's no kit in play, no smokes to force any fights. Let's see what G2 could do to hold on to this round. It's Jax with an instant headshot and tapping the bomb. It's so out in the open. Crims will fall. They take everything away and they win the round. And they're going to be excited about that, but man, that's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it does make you a little bit nervous. It is a bit rough. There are some landmines out there. Either way, they handle it pretty well. 11-6 for G2. And that was a full investment from Finatic, so it's going to take them a bit longer on the CT side to get their economy underway and their economy beneath them.
11-6. No money here on the Swedish side. They have to wait a little bit longer before they can actually have a way to reply. But again, this is where Train becomes such an interesting map. Finatic could do the same thing. If they get their economy built and start to shut down G2, they're not going to be safe on that side either.
Yeah, I think it's just so tough when you think about, for me, all that's going through my head at the moment is some of the pistol rounds throughout this series. I think Fnatic's only won a single pistol round across all these maps.
Yeah, and what they've been good at previously, right, is winning the follow-up rounds, at least if they lose the pistol.
Yeah, but this has been G2 winning both pistols on Train and both the ensuing, second and potentially third round, which should be a third-round victory here for G2. So, I mean, just on this map alone, you already have a 6-round advantage just from the pistols.
Stack inside a B. Even if they show up, it's It's not the most intimidating setup when you have no grenades. Don't mind them trying it, obviously. JW going to be put to a very tricky test with just the USP. Even with the headshots, it is not enough here. And inside of B, Nexa and Amanek are combining to try and see if they can win that fight straight up. And it is looking good. Up on the high ground there. I'm kind of surprised no one's found Golden. There we go.
They got him. They got him now. He gets a kill, and that's it. So.
Well, we had this discussion, didn't we, before, about leaving the door open for Finatic, about putting them away when you had the chance. G2, they did that once before, and now they need to do it one more time here.
This is a problem, though. If they win just one gun round before Finatic actually builds up any money, then Finatic's like in a whole lot of trouble. JW has an AWP with no armor. They have one kit on Flusha. Again, he has to drop down to an SMG to get it. And a lot of bodies heading towards the inner bomb site.
I think you're exactly right. If they win this round, G2, Finatic, their economy crumbles one more time, and yet then it's panic time.
It's just going to be an inner hit. It's going to be towards that inner bomb site, at least for the moment, unless they see something they don't like, and that's exactly where Flusha only has the SMG. He does have a Molotov that he can drop, and depending on the timing of that, it could be deadly.
It's surely going to be smoked off. I don't see a world in which G2 don't smoke this particular point off when they come down the sidewalk. Yeah. Might as well do it.
Even if Flusha does everything perfectly at this moment, if Golden dies too early, if Golden cannot cover the upper ramp, they're in trouble. There's the Molotov.
This is such a weak defense at the bomb site. Golden trying his best. Oh. One more headshot. Outrageous. I can't believe he managed to get both of them. This shouldn't be happening right now. They had nothing in here. Flusha still trying to hold on to it. The MP9 and looking up, but sneaking in behind is Brolin, and now they're in a lot of trouble, G2. This should have been their round. They had the right read, the right call, and almost no defense, but it's falling apart. Hunter going down, and Kenny on 12 health, and Finatic will win the round. In spite of everything, that is such a start for Golden.
That's the double kill from Golden that saves the day. The Molotov from Flusha makes that hit disjointed, but the 2 kills from Golden keep him alive, allow him to stay in that bomb site, stay active on the defense. And even Nexa, there was a little bit of extra delay on that because Nexa has the bomb, this player right here, who eventually will kill Golden, but he's got to fall back to watch for that flank. That means he can't plant the bomb, which forces G2 into an awkward push forward. They don't get the bonus money either. Up in Kenny S's hands, up still in JW. This time it's backed up by armor, backed up by utility and kits.
Not out of the woods yet, Finatic. Still not a strong enough economy to really feel safe. And G2 probably know it.
That's another attack towards the inner bomb site. Right out of spawn, this is called.
Yeah, how quick can they be about it?
I mean, perhaps just feeling like they got everything they wanted, they got everything they thought they would, and just didn't win the fights against Golden. But they're going to test it again one more time.
I mean, Golden's position is even one that can be Molotov. You can land grenades down there pretty quickly. Let's see what they do. Over a minute on the clock, and they try and do it one more time. Has he got another double kill in him? He's certainly looking for it. He's going to get the one, but a swift return. Amanek with the MAC-10 running up and taking him down. So 4 on 4, and they're going to try and see if they get the bomb plant down right now. Nexa has picked it up, quick with the bomb plant. No one dare to interrupt it. And now this retake, Finatic, if you go for it and fail it and lose the rifles, that could be your chance to be the grand finals. A dink through as they take down Hunter, and now you're definitely going to go for it. This should be very hard to hold all of a sudden. Kenny with a shot on JW to take him down, but still a 3 versus 2. And Amanek sneaking close. I can't believe they just turned it around, G2. This is a 2 on 4 that they've maybe brought back, but Kenny can't find the flick, and it will be Finatic running up. They have a kit on Brolan. They can win the round. 8 on the board.
You can see how much more pressure there is if Golden doesn't get a double kill, if he doesn't stand tall and deliver an exceptional performance on that defense. Flusha, again, 2 rounds in a row with just an SMG, just had to back away, makes that sketchy. But good picks immediately upon arrival for Finatic, make that retake doable. And G2, yeah, I don't even mind them going back to it because, like I said, they saw something that they liked. They said, you know, we're calling this strategy for a reason. We had the exact defense we wanted. Let's go back to it. This time they get a plant, but can't run it 3 rounds in a row. They've gone inner every single round, essentially.
Well, the big deal as well, even with the bomb plant, they actually don't have that much money. So right now, this feels like Finatic they've withstood the test early on in the second half here. And they had to.
I think they have one more small one in this round in my mind, just because the Deagles, you have to imagine someone's going to be picking up Deagles. They're going to have some kind of danger in this, and there's 3 players that are at $100 or less on Finatic. This is a round where they have to build money, not just keep it in their pockets, but they need to actually grow it.
I agree. I mean, remember some of those rounds on Dust 2, where, you know, they were up against pistols and they lost 3 rifles, I think, back to back? This can't be one of them for the Swedes. This is where they have to make, yeah, I absolutely agree. Maintain the economic lead. Rush towards Flusher. MP9 in play. He wants to fall back and just put down the Molotov. That's smart. Again, just make this expensive, but through the smoke, a little bit of justice and revenge. And Golden, he goes down. Amanek is charging them. He's got 17 kills, and now he's trying to catch them close to the AWP, taking down JW. What is going on? Brolin and Crims left. This is not how this was supposed to play out. They just wanted to economic damage, but they may get the round. Finatic shell-shocked. Brolin inside of it has no idea what's hit them. A round for G2. I can't believe it.
Flusha just had no backup. He did everything he could to keep them from shuffling into the bomb site, but no one was there in time. The Molotov forces the first rotation player in CT choke point to be fighting inside Flames. That's just not the round for G2. That might be the semifinal. That might be a shot at the trophy that they just stole away from Finatic with this one rush. And props to Amanek for keeping the pressure, pushing the whole time, never slowing down. And they barely invested everything. Look at how the money has ballooned for G2. 4 players, right around 4,000, and back to the inner bomb site. They're saying, Flusha, we're going to take care of you all day long.
Golden will land one, but yeah, he can't do it with the deal here. Shooting Flusher through the smoke. That there is some sort of poetic justice in play there. Hunter turning around for it, and yeah, he's gonna have the timing against Brolin, trying to sneak on through. 14 rounds is where they're gonna land G2 here. This is so close now.
Well, this is so many rounds towards the inner bomb site. This is the next step of this G2 attack, is you're starting to train Finatic. Like, they can no longer get away. Even if they want to, they need a second player inside with Flusha. They've just shown that they're not afraid to go inside. They're not afraid to rush it with MAC-10s. They're not afraid to slow it down and to go with AK-47s out the upper ramp and do a set piece. But now that's going to overexpose the outer bomb site. So Finatic, oh man, that rush is so brutal. This is really their last shot. It's taken the AWP away from JW. Flusha again is going to be playing with an SMG. Think of how you can fake the inner bomb site if you're G2 as well.
Yeah, and you could even just, like, how much pressure would you need to apply normally to get Flusha to use the grenades? Well, now it's almost nothing, right? He has to put down those Molotovs early. He has to try and do it. They brought Golden over. Part
of me kind of hopes they were going to rush it again. Yeah, they have to. 2 players, Nexa and Hunter, and this time they want to get aggressive. KennyS with the run boost, looking for a peek. The utility for Finatic is atrocious. 1 kit. No flashbangs. Excuse me, 1 flashbang on Flusha. Not only have they brought Golden over, but they've actually put, what is that, Brolin in ladder room to have a fast flank if need be.
Yeah, they're rightfully paranoid about this particular thing. They might go B, but with Amanek lurking out Ivy, that would be an interesting wrinkle. Not always easy to pull that off. JW just a blind shot through. Doesn't really know where Amanek is, or if he's even there. They're setting up for a bit of an execute. Let's see if JW over-rotates. If he starts running, Amanek will hear it. He's hiding inside of the smoke, and on the other side, let's see. Execute in, but JW patient. He'd already been called in by a team. I'm guaranteeing they'd already called that out. Nice entry anyway. Jackson, Nexa opening up the bomb site. They just cannot hold it. Finatic, this is a nightmare. Another kill comes through. Jax is unrelenting, and he's finally brought down, but that double kill might have still done it for them. Crimson, Broland, what do you do?
You have to save. I mean, Flusha had the kit. That's going to be at the inner bomb site somewhere, but how do you find the kills quick enough to even pick that up and recover it and go for more? And this is everything you have. Your money's even worse after this round if you lose everything. There's Nexa finding Brolin, and Crims has to back away. He'd love to pick up a better gun, but this B bomb site is crumbling.
Just hitting the same weakness over and over again. Even just a slight variation. I'm impressed that JW didn't immediately run, because that would have just made that round worse, but didn't matter in the end. The entries are so powerful. Jax with a double, Nexa with a double, 15 and 8, and this is This is semifinals point here for G2. They're a round away from being in the grand finals.
I wonder if this is actually G2 identifying a weakness before this game, because look at the way they've called. Remember, they lost rounds 4 and 5 attacking the B bomb site. Or excuse me, they won a round, but they lost that round, that retake where they actually had the bomb site. Yeah, 4 and 5. They had the double kill from Golden and then the retake in the following round. But then they kept going to it, and then it started working. So it's bold to call B hits that frequently. Amanek out mid. He's picked off.
Yeah, just trying to run the gauntlet. Deep grenade. Actually lands a little bit too far behind them. But yeah, it's all on this round here. The Swedes, they need 7 in a row. They can make no more mistakes. And G2 coming out through the smoke, trying to take a bit of a fight at Pop Dog. It's looking very disjointed right now for G2. We've been segmented out here in the yard and pinned down behind all the train carriages. Not looking good at the moment. And that's a flawless round out of Finatic. I think it's going to take more than 1 round this time to bounce back.
Yeah, I think it's too little too late to imagine, what, 6 more rounds without a mistake out of Finatic. That's going to be so difficult. And they...
Don't say that, Jason. Don't say that.
Listen, this isn't 2016 Finatic, 2015 Finatic.
G2 fans, you know where to find him when the
curse strikes.
When the curse strikes. I don't know. If I'm G2, I'm not thinking any thoughts like that.
Well, remember, we actually casted a pretty good comeback from Finatic, the finals of Katowice in 2016 against Luminosity, the Brazilians. Was it 12-3, 13-2 at half that Finatic recovered from and ended up winning in overtime? That was in the grand finals. Here in the semifinals, 6 more rounds of a comeback for Finatic. And that's just for overtime as well.
Yeah, but if it gets to overtime, the whole mental game changes, doesn't it? A different fight at that point in time. Jax at 20, Nex are at 20, Amanek at 19, Kenny and Hunter at 16 and 15. That's a tremendous team effort coming out right now from G2. What a revelation they've been this tournament. Oh, and a wall bangs shooting.
Oh, he got both!
No way!
Have you ever seen anything like it? Kenny S has started his team off. They don't even realize it yet. But they'll see on the kill feed the assists.
And if you're Brolin, I mean, he got grenaded afterwards, you're going to be thinking, what? That is, I've never seen that ever happen before. But he watched Train at least 200 times.
Well, more than that, for sure.
It's going to be...
Well, it's gone from bad to worse for Finatic as they line up potentially their last defense across the map. Brolin in ladder room with that low HP. As you mentioned, one more nade, if he doesn't move out of the way fast enough, would do it. A player on the middle train in the outer yard and a player close to Ivy. That's JW. All individual defenses. And how does Brolin play this? If he has to fall back with this HP and reposition himself, where the hell does he go?
Yeah, I mean, you just don't know. He's also in a position where they can throw Molotovs behind him and grenade. He's actually in a lot of danger here. It's going to be a smoke instead to try and see if they can force him back. And it looks like, can you guess it, they might end up back at that B bomb side. I think Amanek is just making noise. He does go down, so if they want to go B, they should probably speed it up. There's only 25 seconds here. Maybe a chance for Finatic in spite of all the early damage. Jax looking for an opening, and this time he does not get it. For once, they are stopped. 17 seconds. Nexa will get another one in return, and walking right into the shot, but there's no bomb plant here.
Oh!
And he turns around for it. 10 seconds, though. Kenny, he might be good, but he can't get the bomb in time here. Finatic will get to 10 rounds.
That's pretty baller that he's able to open up the escape route behind him, though. There was no, I thought he was dead for sure. Oh, and those softened up shots through the wall, they don't have an impact. 15-10 as Finatic just barely cling onto this game. This is freakish. That's a tag.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, we're not going to see that happening for a long time. 15-10. That was one of the 6 rounds Finatic needed, and it looked like it was about to go horribly wrong with all the damage early on. Kenny, as you said, somehow ridiculously finding an opening to steal the AWP back into the next round, which means he's still pretty dangerous.
And keep up the conversation about money as well. If Kenny can just find a couple kills with it, or maybe one kill that provides an opening for the Deagles. Flush at 600, Brolin at 200, Crims at 150. Probably the best thing you could say about the Finatic defense at the moment is that at least Flusha is not stuck with an SMG still.
No, he's got a bit of an upgrade. And he's got Golden with him to try and help out. They've got so many grenades between them. Smoking the ramp again. Kind of annoying. Kenny would love to get the jump down and open it all up. Grenade then actually goes over the wall there to do a little bit of damage. But when that smoke fades...
Surely they pop flash him through and he just peeks it like this.
He might just be waiting for it to fade and just kills Flusha. If he's standing in that way, I think it's going to do just that. Oh, there was the opportunity. He misses it, 45 seconds. He's gone on low ground, but that Molotov, yeah, burning his teammates right behind. They're on the site, and they're bringing the bomb in. Golden sneaking up on the one side. Flusha on the other side turns for the flashbang, but can't see Kenny. There's a good opening for Golden. Huge double kill to try and bring them back in the retake. Kenny's down with the AWP. Hunter and Amanek left 2 versus 3. Can they do this if they can clutch their way into this one? It's the grand finals on the line. Hunter with one big headshot, but he's shut down before he get that flashbang out. And Amanek with just a deagle and almost no chance. The smoke is going to be going up and Crims will take him right down. 15-11. Fnatic stay alive and stay fighting.
Just barely. Money's not great though. G2's keeping them pressure up in that regard as well. But this comeback is looking okay. It's tenuous, but Fnatic's going to be fine with how they're doing so far. Double up setup now for the CT side, which at least can be something. Still, this inner bomb site, it's not that it's weak, it's that, I mean, G2's just getting in. There was some weakness there early on, obviously, when G2 was winning these rounds. At least now Fnatic is coming out on top, but that's a part of the map that G2 is having some success in.
I mean, enough success that any one thing goes wrong for Fnatic and they're out.
Oh, the peak!
Charging down the line, running in a straight line, and JW able to pick that kill up, no problem. 4 men in the yard, just Flusha inside, and again, in spite of the weakness, they have nerves of steel right here, Fnatic, and they win the 2 opening fights.
It's happening again, just like Inferno. Fnatic seem to be playing stronger as this goes on, as this comeback goes on. Good shot from JW again over the flames. 5 on 2, and not a single point of damage is done to Fnatic.
Bit of a weird miss and an excellent shot from Hunter. But it's a 2 on 5, and they've just got that first kill.
He could actually do this.
Yeah, he could do it, but they're already waiting for him. There's some heads-up play. Smart thinking from Crims, not making any mistakes this time. And Amanek, yeah, he's being flanked already. But you're right, if he gets the kill and they get the bomb down,
yeah.
Wow. 15-12. They're actually bringing it very far back at the moment. And G2's economy, again, without the bomb plants, it's stretching thin.
This makes you wonder about that MAC-10 rush towards the inner bomb site that G2 just snatched away from Fnatic for no good reason. What happens if that doesn't occur? What happens if Fnatic is able to establish their economy when G2's still only at 13? This defense now, they've rattled off 4 in a row. They've got money now. They've got the AWP on JW still. They've gone away from the double up. And for G2, they've just called their final timeout.
Yeah, they don't even have any more left. That in itself is hard to deal with.
This is where that experience we mentioned in map 1 comes into play. All the trophies that JW, Crims, and Flusha, that core of Fnatic have won. The amount of times they've won on this stage itself, this specific stage. No strangers to these scenarios. Smokes come up.
Very, very deep Ivy smoke on JW. Flashbang, and he just takes the timing shot. Molotov to try and hold them back. I think they would actually have loved to have tried to speed that up and, again, just draw back that beat defense, maybe. They're going to go for it anyway here.
Oh, they're going to try an old school split through CT spawn.
He's so ready for a JW. He's in such a safe position. Does miss the chance, and Kenny, that's a CC. Nice taps going on.
Kenny's pulling so much attention away. The beat bomb site is wide open. This is a completely faked out the defense. Fnatic, yeah, it's a Galil, it's a MAC-10, and it's a Deagle. It's still going to be a tough retake.
Yeah, they're really far away. It's going to be 10 seconds before they're even close to doing this, so that's already so much time off the bomb. There's a single flashbang on Nexa. Out of all the ways you could lose, this is not how you want to try and do it. And look at how paranoid they are. They're so worried about someone being pushed up forwardly that they're still waiting. Finatic, now is the time to move. They don't have a smoke to try and go for the defuse. They need to run and shoot right now. Time is of the essence. Amanek goes down. Nexer and Hunter left trying to stay tall here. Nexer's dropped, and that means Hunter up on the high ground. He's going to have to jiggle peek this all day. They're already on the bomb, and that's a bit of a shutdown. Right back to it. Brolan immediately on the defuse. 3 kills. They don't get it! G2 have done it!
Oh, off the back of a fake. It was the inner bump site the whole half. G2 found a weakness, and they pummeled it over and over, and Finatic has got to feel shocked, stunned. That's how they normally beat teams. And G2 find themselves on the grand final stage, the champion stage, inside of the Spodek.
That is so ridiculous. What a punishing map that was for Finatic. B, again and again, they knew they had them soften up and they just kept punishing it. That's a strong message sent here. G2, incredibly powerful. And Kenny, what it must feel like for him to be in the grand finals.
It's the first time Kenny S has actually played on the Spodek stage, the first time he's made it into the playoffs, and he's in the grand finals. He's got a chance at this trophy, a chance to get his name on the trophy on his very first attempt, and it's such a deserving opportunity for a legend such as Kenny S.
Yeah, amazing performance here from the entire team. This is a heartbreaking moment, obviously, for Finatic. They got a taste of their own medicine and then some. They nearly ran it back. And again, that 1 MAC-10 round, we're going to be talking about that at some point, surely, as well. I can't believe what we just witnessed.
They did it twice, 2 MAC-10 rounds.
2 MAC-10 rounds, you're right. We do have OJ with Kenny down on the stage.
Thank you, Anders. I mean, there's a million questions we can ask here. First off, congratulations. First time in the knockout stages and now a grand final.
It feels really great. It was a really, really intense game. As you can see on the last round, it was really tough. Like, until I killed the bomber, I'm like a lot of emotion right now, especially seeing the end of the game. So really happy about the performance today and throughout the tournament overall. So yeah, happy.
Well, talk me through that final round. So it was an eco, you just managed to hold on. I don't think anyone had realized that the win was there for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I felt like the rotation was really slow. So we are gaining a lot of time, and at that point I feel like Hunter I just had to kill the guy defusing the bomb to win the round, because yeah, the rotation was pretty slow.
You spoke about beforehand in an interview about you're playing at the moment with fun. It's all about playing CS with fun. Do you still feel that heading into a grand final?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, if we win, if we perform, it means that we have fun. I mean, within the team, the atmosphere is really great. We are really comfortable playing together, which was not maybe the case few weeks or few months back. So yeah, a lot of work put into this team, and that led us in grand final in Katowice.
I asked Nexer beforehand about what he had brought the team that had brought the best out of you. He's got the best Kenny S I think we've ever seen. What is the relationship like? What has he brought to the team that's making you play as you are?
It's me, Nexa, everyone. We have, as I said, like the atmosphere is really great. Nexa has been improving so much since I met him. I remember like telling him in Blast, that's the best game you ever called with me. And since then, he's just like calling super well. So he's using me. I do whatever I want, and I'm really happy to be in this team. I feel really good, and everyone is feeling comfortable, and you can see it.
It was entertaining to watch. It was great to watch. The trophy's down there. You're in a grand final tomorrow, best of 5. How much do you think you'll be taking that trophy home at the end of tomorrow?
I don't know. First of all, we need to know our opponent. I think we will want to play as Stralis, even if Navi also deserves a spot. We are really aiming for the win right now, because here we are, we're in final. So we want the win, like really bad. Like we wanted to be in semi-final, like we wanted to be in final. So yeah, we want to win really bad.
Well, you're in the final. Bon chance, Kenny, bon chance. Just sign that lens for me, and we'll see you tomorrow in a grand final here in the Spodek.
An amazing moment nonetheless. We've got several of them to recap here with